I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho 529.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It does. It's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the Idaho High School Football Playoffs. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, as Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Tonight we come to you live from Council, up high in the crow's nest, where Garden Valley comes to town, makes a hop over the mountains to play Council. This is a rematch of a conference game. There are 3 teams from this conference left here in the state quarterfinals. Tri-Valley is currently over in Pocatello putting a beating on Rockland in the first half of that game. They look like they might advance, so we'll have at least 2 teams from District 3 in the semifinals if that score holds true, as one of these teams will advance. The winner of this game will move on to play Cary. Cary with a huge victory today over Wallace, 86-8 victory over the visiting Wallace Miners. So on the other side of this game is the Cary Panthers, who look to be on a tear. Last year, both of these teams also made it to the state tournament. Garden Valley won a game in the state tournament. They had to go up north and play Clark Fork. They were able to win that game before falling in the second round. Council was upset here at home by Dietrich in the first round, and so both of these teams trying to wash that taste out of their mouth and advance to the semifinals here tonight. Again, both of these teams played each other earlier in the season. That game was won by the Lumberjacks 42-24, so a pretty convincing victory over Garden Valley. The Wolverines' only other loss on the season came in a nail-biter to Tri-Valley, which they lost by 2. Council also played a nail-biter against Tri-Valley, but came away victorious in that one. So as we said, more than likely the Titans moving on to the next round, as they are up big on Rockland in the first half. So looking for a second team to move to the quarterfinals from the conference, or the semifinals from the conference here when this one is all said and done. Council in the all-black uniforms, black jerseys, black pants with red numbers and red helmets. Garden Valley, white jerseys, white pants, purple numbers, and purple helmets. It's a little chilly out here. Let's see. What is it right now? 39 degrees right now here in Council, as both teams go out on the field for the coin toss. That'll give us a minute to talk about the Idaho Bowl. The Idaho Bowl is now accepting nominations for 6th to 8th grade athletes. If you've got a future all-star in the making, visit IdahoBowl.com to nominate them today. In partnership with IdahoSports.com, the Idaho Bowl selects the best players across the state to compete in their premier youth all-star game. Plus, they're raising funds for the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something special. Nominate now at IdahoBowl.com. It's a pretty fun event that was held at Boise State this last year, the Idaho Bowl. We broadcasted all 3 games here on IdahoSports.com, and we'll be doing the same this year. So, again, go to IdahoBowl.com for more information and to learn more about the event coming up this summer. So let's take a look at both of these teams coming into the game. Again, if we look at Garden Valley, they will throw and run the ball on the season. 3 different quarterbacks for Garden Valley, and this one thing I noticed was when they were warming up, the Wolverines had 3 different guys back there warming up their arms to throw. When you look at the roster, they've got 3 guys with over 100 yards passing on the year. So you might see somebody with 10, 15, 20 on a trick play, but to score or to throw over 150 yards for each, they were definitely intensive. The leader behind center for the Wolverines with 446 yards was Maddox Miller. The next leading passer was Roland. Roland, number 5, that's Tyler Roland. He threw for 330 yards on the season for Garden Valley. And then finally, the freshman, Payson Kelly, another Kelly for Garden Valley. There's always Kellys and Corns and Yearsleys on the Garden Valley team. And no matter how many games I've done, no matter how many years you do it, there's always one of those on a Garden Valley team, whether it's boys basketball, football, or girls basketball, no matter what it is. But Payson Kelly, I'm assuming, is related to the – okay, he's a brother. Okay, so Covey Kelly, of course, and then what was the last one? I'm getting some help here. Tacoma, that's right, Tacoma Kelly. And that was a guy, Tacoma, he would just dance in the backfield and just wait for everybody else to fall down, and then he'd go forward. He could stay up on his feet for so long in the backfield. But both of these teams very young. I mentioned those 3 players. Not one of them is a senior for Garden Valley. On the opposite side for Council, most of their starters are also not seniors. You got Owen Hatfield, just a junior. Garrison Zielinski, he's also just a junior. So lots of juniors on both sides. There is a key senior for Garden Valley, Trevor Korn. You will definitely hear that name tonight for the Wolverines, as Korn was one of the leading rushers on this team. 771 yards on the ground for Korn this year to go along with 11 touchdowns. On the opposite side for Council, the leading thrower is Owen Hatfield, 591 yards, as the opening kickoff goes out of bounds. So Council kicked the ball off to start things off. It was kicked off by number 10, Wade Vining, the senior, booted it over to the far side. Council will move from left to right as you hear it, and we see it here. And Garden Valley's going to make them re-kick. Here, they're going to move the ball up. Garden Valley wants a chance to return back deep to receive for the Wolverines.
Vining will re-kick.
If he'll stand up back there, he's squatting down. It looks
from the 35-yard line.
We'll wait till he turns. Can't tell who that is back there. So Vining was going to boot it again, this time from the 35-yard line. So Garden Valley, again, declines the penalty. They want a chance to return it here. They will do so if it comes in play. Here we go. We'll get things started, and we're off for attempt number 2. This one's going to be fielded in the backfield. That's by number 11, Cody Perrin. Perrin is going to go down the far sideline and get across the 35-yard line. He'll be out of bounds at the 37. It'll be 1st and 10 Garden Valley from that spot. The Wolverines will take over 1st and 10, moving right to left. Looks like that's going to be Maddox Miller back, starting this one as at quarterback for Garden Valley. So Garden Valley coming out. One receiver here to the near side. One back, that's Korn in the backfield. And going right under center is Miller. Miller will bring his man in motion. That's Yearsley. He'll hand it off to Yearsley on a jet sweep. Yearsley, he's got some good yardage. Yearsley's got a first down. He's up close to midfield, and that's where they'll spot him, right at midfield. So a first down on a jet sweep play by Yearsley. Yearsley came back around from the near side, got the handoff behind Miller, and takes it upfield for a first down. So a great first play off out of the gates for Garden Valley. 1st and 10 Wolverines here with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Same formation, Miller under center, Korn behind him. And he's going to hand it off to Korn up the middle. Korn untouched through the gap, and Korn is going to go all the way for a 50-yard touchdown run right off the bat. 2 plays, 66 yards for Garden Valley, and they're into the end zone just like that. You got to score points on the road, and you got to do it fast, and that's exactly what Garden Valley was able to do. That took no time, just 42 seconds off the clock for Garden Valley as they punch it in for a touchdown. Conversion to come here for the Wolverines, and Korn's going to take it himself, and now he's going to throw it, and it is caught. Korn had a man draped all over him, was just shoving away as he drifted back and threw it into the end zone. And it was Maxon Yearsley who was there for it as Yearsley catches it. And it is 8-0 Garden Valley. Just like that, if you just tuned in, you missed quite a bit as Garden Valley goes right down the field as Trevor Korn goes untouched into the end zone, right up the middle too. Just right up the gut, untouched. So that score comes at the 11:18 mark. It was a 50-yard run by Korn, making it 8-0. I didn't even have my pin out ready to track the score yet. Garden Valley just comes right out of the gate and scores it just right down their throat. Hey, Mustang Towing is a proud supporter of Garden Valley Athletics. Good luck tonight, boys, as well as Severance Sand and Gravel in Garden Valley. They also want to wish the Wolverines good luck here in today's game, as well as Allstate and Heather Kelly also want to wish the Wolverines best of luck here on their state tournament run. Thanks to all of our local sponsors that keep coverage here on IdahoSports.com live and free here during the state tournament. So Garden Valley will kick it off. It's like booting it away will be number 7 for the Wolverines. That is Trustin Brown. Brown, one of the few seniors on this Garden Valley team, back deep to receive on this one, and it's going to get past the returner, and it's going to die at the 7-yard line. Having to go back and pick it up are the Lumberjacks, and a good return here coming for Council. Still on his feet, still going. This is Tucker. Tucker down the sideline. Tucker cuts back in, and just like that, Jim Tucker, what turned into a great return, could have been a disaster for Council. He had to go back to the 7-yard line. The kick got behind him and not into the end zone, and he picks it up at the 7 and gets all the way down to the 43-yard line. So about a 37-yard return there for Tucker. They're going to spot this back at the 40. So let's make it a 33-yard return. So a 33-yard return. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks there under center for Council. Number 7, Owen Hatfield, the junior, in the shotgun formation. He has a back behind him and a man flanked off to the right. They'll go up the middle as well on this run. This is McClin. McClin's got some room to run on the sideline. He's across midfield here on the near side, dives forward, and he's got a first down. So both teams with a first down on the very first play of the game offensively. We'll see if Council can match it with a touchdown run on their second play of the game. As the Lumberjacks are now inside Wolverine territory, 10:36 to go here in the first quarter. This one will go up the middle again. They're going to get a couple of yards, maybe about 6 yards. Again, that's McClin. 6 yards or so on that. So 8-0 our score once again here. It'll be second down here for for Council. Second down and about 5 as McClin picks up 5 on first. Ball's right in the middle of the field here. Hatfield back in the shotgun. Back behind him once again is Jim Tucker. Snap. And they're going to keep it this time. This is Hatfield going up the right side. Hatfield still on his feet. He's across the 20. Hatfield still going. He's going to go in for a touchdown. Owen Hatfield. He goes 43 yards to the end zone for a touchdown. And just like that, it is 6-8. We haven't even played 3 minutes, and both teams have punched it into the end zone. So 2-point conversion coming here for Council after that 43-yard touchdown run. Hatfield again in the shotgun with Tucker behind him. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw right side end zone. It is caught just across the goal line, and the conversion is good. That one's caught by number 11, Decker McClin. So 8-8 is our score. Just like that here from Council. Did you know that most Idaho students don't drink alcohol or use drugs? That means approximately 9 out of 10 students and their friends choose to stay substance-free. It's the healthiest and most popular choice. Parents, check out the betheparents.org for pro tips on how you can have powerful conversations with your kids and teens about the importance of not drinking or using drugs. Talking to your child about your expectations when it comes to alcohol and drug use is one of the things most associated with your student making healthy life choices. This message was brought to you by the Southwest District Health and the Partnerships for Success program. Dyson Construction is a huge supporter of Council Athletics. They're wishing the boys the best of luck in the game tonight. Give Mike a call at 550-0124 for all your construction needs. Also want to thank Council Mini Storage. They want to give a shout out to the Council Lumberjacks tonight. Good luck, boys. Going to keep me busy up here with all the scores as we are underway. Kickoff is rolling and rolls out of bounds. It's that dangerous spot of the field around the 25-yard line. We've seen a couple of times over the years where a kickoff will die in that area. And it happened here last year, actually. Dietrich did it against Council. The ball just kind of died around the 30, 35-yard line. Dietrich was able to get down and be the first ones to scoop it up. It's like a impromptu onside kick. And again, just like before, Garden Valley's going to make them kick off. Garden Valley wants the chance to return the ball. As again, I think it's Perrin again back there to receive, the sophomore, set to receive the kick for Garden Valley. So we'll do it again. Vining will kick it off one more time. And Vining gets into this one. This one also drifting towards the sideline, but it's going to stop, and it's going to have to be scooped up by Garden Valley. This is Leslie. Leslie trying to find some space, and Leslie does so. He gets across the 35-yard line. They'll say he stepped out at the 34. So it'll be 1st and 10, Garden Valley, ball at the 34-yard line. 9 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Both teams scored in less than 5 plays offensively. Garden Valley took them 2 plays, and for Council took them a whole 3. 8-8 our score. Again, the winner of this game will move on to play Cary. Cary with a resounding victory over Wallace. It was 86-8 was the final score. And I got a score update in Dietrich. Dietrich on top of Cascade, and that was 45-6 in the first quarter. As here's a run on 1st and 10, and not much doing there. The shortest play of the game so far is Korn goes right side and picks up maybe 2 yards. And Tri-Valley was all over Rockland in the first half, up by 30-plus points in that one. So Tri-Valley looks like they're going to be moving on to the next round. So it's going to be 2nd down, 2nd and 8 here, 9 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. 8-8 our score. Back again behind center is Miller. Miller goes right up under center. He's going to bring a man in motion. That's Yearsley. Yearsley goes out to the right side. They'll hand it off to Korn. Korn fights through one, and here comes a flag. It's going to be a face mask. Just brushing the face mask right when Korn got the handoff was Council. Just was reaching out, and Korn, his face mask was right there, so this should be a penalty against Council, waiting for the signal from the official down on the field. And I think that's just going to be it's just a 5-yard face mask. I mean, he just barely grazed that face mask. Didn't grab it, didn't yank, just made contact with his hand, so they call it. So it's a 5-yard penalty. We'll replay the down. It's 2nd down and now a long 2 here for Garden Valley. This time they'll put Yearsley over on the far side. Ball here on the near hash at the 32-yard line. They'll go up the middle with Korn, and Korn barrels through a couple of defenders, and that's a quick 10 yards for Korn. He's up close to midfield, down to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 Wolverines there. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. 8-8 the score. Council and Garden Valley knotted up here early in this one. This is one of 15 games today on IdahoSports.com. We had one last night as Rimrock went to Butte County. Butte County looking to defend their state championship. Butte County able to easily win that one and move on to the next round. We have one tomorrow, Weiser and American Falls. 1st and 10. The handoff goes right back to Korn. Korn can't get away from the defense. That's Wade Vining with the wrap-up tackle around the ankles. Vining just holds on and brings down Korn for a gain of 1 right to midfield. So Wolverines will have it 2nd and 9 here with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Neither team has thrown a pass during the drive. Council did throw a pass on that 2-point conversion, but other than that, everything has been on the ground for both teams. Miller talking to the offense, trying to get everybody situated here. He's talking to Welsh out there, gets him over. They're going to bring Yearsley in motion, and Yearsley's going to get it on the jet sweep. Yearsley following his blocker over the right side. Yearsley turns the corner and stretches forward maybe 4 yards down to the 46-yard line. That's where they'll spot him on the far side of the field. Stretched that one out as far as he could and got close to the 45-yard line. Couldn't quite get there, so it'll be 3rd down, the first one we've seen today. 3rd, and we'll say 5. 3rd and 5 here for Garden Valley. We'll see who the Wolverines decide to go to here. If they go to the ground, again, Korn had 771 yards coming into the playoffs. Yearsley had 362 yards. They come out, same formation. Yearsley here on the near side. They're going to go to Korn up the middle. Korn, and the ball comes out, and I think Council has it. I believe that's Lumberjack ball, and it is. The ball came out as he went through the middle, and it was recovered by Oscar Warner. So Warner falls right on the ball, and it's 1st and 10. You need turnovers to win in the playoffs, and the way both offenses have played so far, if you can take advantage and steal a possession, you're going to do well. 6:49 to go here in the first quarter, and our first turnover of the game as Korn fumbles it, and it goes over to Council. The ball's on the 45-yard line of the Lumberjacks, so already knocking on the door of midfield. Ball is set on the far hash. Again, Council moving from left to right. Shotgun for Hatfield. He'll take the snap, and he'll hand it off up the middle. This time it's carried by McClin. Now McClin loses the ball, and Garden Valley gets it back. So that's the unconventional way to get yourself a first down. You turn the ball back over to them and then let them give it right back to you. So back-to-back fumbles. We had back-to-back touchdowns essentially earlier in the game, and now we have back-to-back fumbles as McClin put it on the dirt and falling on it for Garden Valley. I think that was Goff who fell on it. So here we go. We'll call it a wash. 1st and 10, Garden Valley. This time a direct snap. This time it's number 23 that gets 22. I was going to say I don't have a 23 on my roster. That's Payson Kelly that gets the snap and goes with it. You see that at the big schools sometimes. You get a roster and there's 5 different guys on the field that don't have their number listed, but that was my bad. It was 22. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and about 6 here for Garden Valley. This time they'll go back to Korn. Korn up the middle. He's got a 1st down, and he's close to the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 31. So 1st and 10, Garden Valley here, approaching 6 minutes to go by the time they snap the ball here. Will be under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Semifinal weekend next week. We should be at every single game. I think we were at every single semifinal last year. We'll do our best to be at every single one this year as well. So be sure to check back to Idaho Sports. We are texting ADs and coaches trying to get the times and locations of all games before they go out anywhere else, as this one's carried up the middle for maybe 3 yards for Korn. And you can check the schedules page on IdahoSports.com for that. We'll put them in as soon as we know, and we get word from the school that the game is at this time. We'll have it up. We'll post it as soon as we know. So be sure to check that out as we go through the weekend. So 2nd down and 7 here, 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. 8-8 our score here early in this one from Council. Under center is Maddox Miller. Miller has Korn behind him, and they're going to throw it this time. Throw it on the right side to Yearsley. Yearsley one-on-one and cannot get the 1st down, but on the far side of the field picks up about 5. We'll call it 3rd and 2 here for Garden Valley. 3rd and 2 with 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Defensively for the Lumberjacks, leading tackler Vining had 66 stops on the year. He had 9 tackles for loss. So he's one you'll want to watch out for. He had that big stop earlier in the game. Owen Hatfield with 57 stops for Council. Next up with 50 was Crowell. 3rd down, they're going to go left side with it. Different ball carrier this time, but the 1st down is picked up. That one is carried by numbers. Look at this. I think that was number 3. That was Yearsley. That 3 and the 8 look so similar on those Garden Valley jerseys when they get bunched up, but that was Yearsley on the carry. And 11, too. That Perrin with the number 11 almost looks like a 0. So 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go now here in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10 for Garden Valley. They're going to send wide out here to the left. I believe that is Perrin. And nope, sorry, that is Marchant. And this one's going to be taken by Brown. Brown is going to lose yardage in the backfield, and he's brought down by number 10. We talked about Vining on the defensive side of the ball, and there he is with another tackle for loss. Again, coming in, he had 9 tackles for loss. He's averaging 8.5 tackles per game. 66 stops on the season. 59 of those solo. You see a lot of guys make up tackles with a half tackle, but that one right there was all by himself, and he's got now at least 60 of those on the season as he wraps up one right there. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and the first 10-plus yard play of the game. This will be 2nd and about 14 for Garden Valley, as they'll bring a man in motion. This time it's Yearsley. They're going to pitch it to Korn here on the near side. Korn waiting for a block, and it's not there. He's wrapped up, and again Vining with another stop. This time for no gain on that. Was almost a tackle for loss. I think depending on who you ask, it might be, but we'll say no gain here. So 3rd down and 14. 2:19 to go in the first quarter. 8-8 our score. Council and Garden Valley, both of those scores came in the first 2 minutes of the game, as Garden Valley scored on their 2nd play from scrimmage, kicked off to Council, and Council took the ball down in 3 plays. Garden Valley taking their time on this drive. First shotgun play here for the Wolverines as Miller lines up in the shotgun with Korn to his right here on the near hash. Looking to throw is Miller, and he's going to throw deep. He's got a man, but over the head of Trustin Brown. Brown's a big dude over there, but not big enough to go up and get that one. So it's going to be 4th down. That's one where in a situation like this, you're not going to kick a field goal. You're not going to punt it. You're going to go for it on 4th down no matter what. Maybe try to pick up 7 or 8 yards to make it a 4th and manageable, but now you put yourself in a 4th and long situation. So 4th and long coming here for Garden Valley with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. A great opportunity here for Council to get another stop. They got a turnover, a takeaway on the last drive, but then turn the ball promptly back over themselves. Again, shotgun for Miller with Korn to his right. Miller drifts, looking right side. He's going to throw deep, and this one is underthrown. He had a man deep. He had Yearsley. Yearsley was about a yard off from the ball. Ran a great route, got behind the defense. The pass just wasn't there. So the ball will go back over to Council on the turnover on downs. 1:43 to go here in the first quarter. Council will take over with possession ball on their own 24-yard line. So this is the worst starting field position for either team today. Everybody's been at least at the 35-yard line or beyond so far. First and 10 here for Council. Shotgun this time for Hatfield. Hatfield's going to hand this one off up the middle and running through some defenders and then getting brought down after a gain of about 8. That was McClin. He was brought down by number 2, the quarterback, Maddox Miller.
Zach McClin on the carry brings up 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 2. After an 8-yard.
So 2nd and 2 here for Council as Hatfield goes to the sideline to get the call. Ball right in the middle of the field here. 1:17 to go in the first quarter. 8-8 our score. Council and Garden Valley tied up here. As so far in the 8-man world, not many competitive games have been played in the playoffs today, but this one is shaping up to be that way. And Hatfield's going to keep it himself this time. He runs it here to the near side. Hatfield, he's got a first down and more. He's across the 40 down to the 43-yard line where he's wrapped up and brought down by Garden Valley's number 32. That's Rhett Fackrell with the stop. Again, Fackrell, a sophomore. We've got a lot of sophomores, juniors and sophomores on both teams. There are a couple of seniors, like Wade Vining is a senior. We've called his name a lot. Trevor Korn's a senior. We've called his name a lot, as well as Trustin Brown. But outside of that, most everybody on both teams is a junior or a sophomore. So these teams are going to be even better next year. This council's been raising these guys up. These starters have been here for a couple of years. Here now, juniors and sophomores. Here's a run up the middle. This time is Vining who gets the handoff, and he gets. We'll give him 3 yards down across the 40 down to the 41-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 7, and that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. So 1 quarter in the book, 8-8 our score. We'll take a quick break and be right back on IdahoSports.com.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Start of the second quarter coming up here, but we'll talk about Shy Simon's Pizza right now. They're a proud supporter of Council Athletics, and they want to wish the football team the best of luck on their run here in the state playoffs. And remember, Shy Simon's located at 406 Illinois Avenue in Council, so make sure to stop by and indulge on their delectable pizza and sandwiches. Again, these teams see each other a lot over the years. These kids are going to be on the basketball team playing each other in a couple of weeks once that starts, so you see a lot of handshakes at the line of scrimmage between these these teams that know each other so well, as this one's carried across midfield for a first down. We flip ends of the field, so now Council moving from right to left as you hear it, as that first play of the quarter goes for a first down, as the ball will be spotted at the 46 of Garden Valley. Garden Valley again in the all-white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, purple helmets with the yellow face mask. Council black jerseys, black pants with red numbers and red helmets. I believe a black face mask on those helmets for Council. Shotgun again coming out here for Council. They'll bring a man in motion, this time coming across as McClin. He'll come here to the near side as Hatfield waits the snap. Hatfield's going to hand this one off. This time to the right side to Tucker. Tucker still on his feet, and Tucker gets to the 40-yard line and no further. He'll be brought down after a game of 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 here with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. 8-8 the score. Garden Valley scored on the second play from scrimmage. Second play of the game after the kickoff. They kicked off to Council, and Council took 3 plays to go into the end zone. It was a 50-yard touchdown run by Trevor Korn for Garden Valley, and then a 43-yard run by Owen Hatfield for Council that got us to the 8-8 score. Both teams converted their attempts. And this ball is down. It's still loose. It's still loose, and Garden Valley has it. Falling on it is Trevor Korn. Korn dives, and that was one. That's dangerous. That was a scoop and score opportunity for Garden Valley. The ball was mishandled on the exchange between the quarterback and running back. Ball comes out, and it was just sitting behind the play. Just sitting back there. Trevor Korn just dives on it. If somebody from Garden Valley stands up and picks it up, they are gone. There was nobody in the vicinity for Council. So, you know, you never want to have a fumble, but if you look on the bright side, if you're Council, that could have been a lot worse. But now the second turnover of the game in as many possessions for Council. Back-to-back turnovers right around the same spot of the field, and Garden Valley gets the ball back. Miller under center. Miller, a delayed handoff to Korn, and Korn gets only a yard. He had to fight through a couple of defenders to get that 1 yard. Had to go through at least 2 guys to get there, and only 1 yard picked up. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. The ball will be at the 47-yard line on the far hash for Garden Valley. Again, Wolverines moving from left to right here. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. 8-8 our score. Miller in the shotgun. He'll have Yearsley here to the near side. He's the only receiver flanked out. Korn back behind him. Garden Valley goes deep under center, and the ball comes out. Miller picks it up, and he's sacked. The ball comes out, and Council's going to get this one. I think Council, Council has it, as Miller was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and another fumble recovery for Warner. So Warner has fumble recoveries, 2 of them here today, and now both teams have, after a fumble, have given it back to the other team within 2 plays. No, they're just too friendly to each other. No, you have it. No, you have it. As they give the ball back around the same spot as the fumble occurred earlier for Council. 9:39 to go here in the second quarter. The ball will be at the 42-yard line for Council. It is cold out here tonight. As you see, if you were here, it's this run goes for only 2 yards up the middle for McClin, but you see you can see everybody's breath coming out, like you think of watching a Green Bay Packers game or some team up north. You would see that where the guy's on the line and you just see it coming out, and you see that here tonight. Anytime somebody takes a breath, you see the air coming out. So it's second down, and we'll say a long 8 here, 2nd and 8 with 9 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. Hatfield waits for the snap, and he'll hand this one off. No, he'll keep it. Hatfield left side. He's got room to run. He splits 3 defenders and gets a first down. Close to the 35-yard line, close to the 30. They'll put him down at the 31-yard line. Well, this one on the read option. He could have handed it off, decides to keep it. A smart decision as he had lots of daylight here on the near side and picks up a first down. So 1st and 10 Council knocking on the door of the red zone here. Ball at the 31-yard line. Neither team has entered the red zone so far. Both touchdowns coming on long plays, and really everything's been between the 30s so far here in this one. 8.5 minutes to go here. Both teams just continue to grind it out on the ground. As Hatfield waits the snap as he stands at his 35-yard line. And he'll hand it off right side. This is Tucker. Tucker looking for a lane. He cuts back up inside. And a good run on first down. We'll give him 8 yards on that across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. He needs the 21, so 2nd down and 2. 8 minutes exactly on the clock here, and our score knotted at that, 8-8. You can check out the Friday Night Flash on IdahoSports.com if you want to know what's going on around the state for live up to the minute scores from around. And the ball is down again and still loose, and it's going to be picked up by Garden Valley on behind the line, and this might go for a touchdown. This is scooped up by Tristan Lee, and Lee is off to the races, and Lee is going to go in for the score. Tristan Lee, a 60-yard fumble return for a touchdown.
Tristan Leslie on the return.
Tristan Leslie goes 60 yards at the 7:20 mark. For Garden Valley. Conversion is coming here, and they're going to throw it. We got a couple of whistles blowing and a flag. So we're waiting for the call here, but that was a 60-yard fumble recovery, so both teams continue to put it on the ground. It is cold out there. That ball gets rock hard when it's cold. Your hands get cold, and your hands turn into rocks as well, and you just can't grip it the same way. So we'll redo it here on the conversion, and Garden Valley gets everybody right up under center. They're just going to try and plow this one forward, and I believe they're in. They are. The conversion is good, so that makes it 16-8.
7:20 left in the second quarter.
Garden Valley up 8 now after the touchdown and conversion. There's been a couple of fumbles by Council that have ended up in the backfield on the exchange. And the last one, Korn just dove on it. And this time, Leslie decides to go and pick it up. And we mentioned that last time that it could have been a touchdown if they had done that. And this one was a touchdown. So now it is 16-8 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Looking for that perfect mountain getaway? Call Garden Valley Homes and Land. Local agents you can trust to help you every step of the way. The road to home starts with Garden Valley Homes and Land. Call 462-6102 or visit their website, gardenvalleyhomesandland.com, to schedule an appointment. Garden Valley Homes and Land wants to wish the Wolverines good luck in today's game. Also want to thank Severance Sand and Gravel in Garden Valley, as well as Allstate and Heather Kelly and Mustang Towing. All three of those great sponsors want to wish the Wolverines good luck, and thanks for your local support of the game. Mountains West Dental is a general dentistry office serving the greater Council and Cambridge area, offering a wide variety of procedures, including fillings, root canals, crowns, implants, dentures, extractions, and cleanings. At Mountain West, the folks at Mountains West Dental wish the Lumberjacks good night. Good luck, not good night. Good luck in today's game. So Garden Valley set to kick this one off from left to right. And I believe back to receive again. That's Tucker. Again, Tucker had the first kickoff go behind him, but he recovered nicely with a good return. As this one, and it's an onside kick, and Garden Valley's going to get it. Garden Valley recovers the onside kick. That was number 11, Cody Perrin, that gets it. It was just a short kick right at a Council Lumberjack, and it went right under his feet. That was number 5 that it was kicked to, Wyatt Tharp. And Tharp just could not get his hands on it. It was right at his ankles, and he went down for it. It kind of ricocheted off his foot a little bit, went behind him, and nobody was back there, and it was fallen on by Perrin. And just like that, now the Wolverines have the ball inside Lumberjack territory, a chance to go up 2 scores here if they can punch another one in. 7:17 to go in the second quarter. Garden Valley up 16-8 on Council. And it's, again, under center, it's going to be Maddox Miller. And he's got Korn behind him. Over on the far side is Yearsley, and Korn will go up the middle and a good run, and he's got about 7 yards. Let's give him 8. 8-yard pickup there. Down to the 31-yard line. It'll be second down. It is a gain of 7. Second down and 3 coming here for Garden Valley. 16-8. Wolverines go on top after that fumble recovery for a touchdown. 6:49 to go in the second quarter. This time under center, that was Payson Kelly, and Kelly hands it off to Korn, and Korn picks up a couple. He's got a first down down to the 31-yard line, a pickup of about 7, so a 1st and 10. So we'll see if Kelly stays in at quarterback. Maddox Miller has been the quarterback for most of the game, but we've seen Payson Kelly come in a couple of times, and Kelly is back in there again. So Payson Kelly under center right now for Garden Valley, and Kelly will keep it himself, and he is stuffed immediately, nowhere to run. A couple of different guys in there for Council, but looks like first one was number 50, Oscar Warner was the first one in on the stop. Warner had 23 tackles on the season, 1 tackle for loss, and he had another one to his record right there, a good stop as Kelly got nowhere as the clock is running here. 5:50 to go in the second quarter, 16-8 Garden Valley on top. Ball is at the 35-yard line of Council. Garden Valley again trying to punch it into the red zone for the first time. 3 touchdowns, but no red zone possessions for either team. This time Miller is back under center. He'll send Yearsley in motion to the far side. No, this is actually Rowland in at quarterback, and Rowland will keep it. Rowland plows through a defender, and he goes forward down to about the 30-yard line. We'll give him a 6-yard gain. Third and it's about 4. They need to get to about the 26-yard line. Ball's at... It's about 3rd and 5, we'll call it here. 3rd and 5. Ball is on the other side of the 30. They need to get to the near side here of the 25 for a first down. So we'll see who goes back under center this time. It's Rowland again. Rowland kept it himself, the junior, last time, and just tried to plow through defenders. He'll bring Yearsley in motion, and Yearsley will get it on the sweep. Yearsley's got a blocker outside. Can he get around the edge? He does, and dives for the first down. I think he's just got it. He had to stretch that one out almost all the way to the sideline on that jet sweep. As good defense by Council was putting some pressure in the backfield. He could not turn it as early as he wanted to, and he does get the first down. He needed about 5, and he got about 6 yards on that one. So first down by Yearsley as he dove forward for the first down. So 1st and 10, and they'll run it up the gut this time. Nowhere to run for Garden Valley, wrapped up for a loss. That was number 45, Marshall Coley on the run. His first time getting a carry tonight, and I believe that was Vining on the stop, and that was a loss of 2 that time for Coley. So 2nd and 12 coming up here. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the second quarter. 16-8 the score. Garden Valley on top and knocking on the door. As They're almost inside the red zone. 2nd down and 12. Miller back at quarterback. Miller's looking to throw. He's under pressure, sets up the screen to Korn, and Korn is going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Great job by Council defense staying home and not selling out on the quarterback that time. And guess who's back there for the tackle for loss? Yeah, it's Wade Vining once again. And that's a loss of about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 16, ball just across the 30-yard line. They need to get down to about the 13-yard line. So 3rd and about 16 coming up here for Garden Valley. Shotgun for Miller. They're on the far hash right now, moving left to right. He's got Korn behind him and Yearsley up top, spread out. He's going to throw it on the left side to Yearsley. Thought about a double pass, but Yearsley will cut back inside, and he gets nothing. He gets maybe 2 yards as he caught it out on the far sideline and tried to come back up inside with it. Kind of an interesting decision. He does not get much there, and with 2:38 to go in the quarter, in the first half, I should say, Garden Valley down to their 4th down play here on this set of downs. It's 4th and about 14 here for the Wolverines. Council would love to get a stop here and a score as the Lumberjacks do get the ball to start the second half. Garden Valley got it to start the first, so if Council could get the ball back, maybe could score, tie it up, and then potentially go up with a score to start. They're going to go deep downfield with this throw, and it is deflected. It was a little short. It's incomplete, thrown to the front corner of the end zone, and that one just a little bit short and incomplete. It was thrown just underneath, and that's when Council had a chance to intercept it, but for them, you don't want that pick as you're falling down at the 3-yard line, and you'd have it at the 3. So now it'll go back over to Garden Valley, or excuse me, to Council here with 2 minutes exactly on the clock. 2 minutes for Council to get something on the board to try and tie this one up. They've got the ball at the 27-yard line, so 63 yards in front of them, between them and tying this one up. As a couple of Lumberjacks come on and off the field, trading spots there. Council has put the ball on the ground the last couple of possessions. As this one's going to be kept by Hatfield. Hatfield's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to be sacked. He's tried to run the read option. He keeps it himself, and he's brought down by Rex Fackrell, one of those few seniors here on this Garden Valley squad. Now with 1 minute and 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter. A fast-moving first half as we've only had about 45 minutes of actual time come off of the real clock in these almost 24 minutes of gameplay. Both teams keeping the ball on the ground. Hatfield all alone looking to go through the air. Hatfield back to pass, and he's going to go deep down the right side. This one almost caught. Going up just a little bit out of reach. That would have been a first down and more by Tucker Lane, but Lane just could not get up there. Tucker Lane is 6'1". If he was about 6'3", he probably makes that grab, but just not enough height there. A good throw, just a little bit too high. So now it's 3rd down and long, 3rd and about 13. And if you're Garden Valley, you've got all your timeouts in your back pocket and a chance here to make a stop and get the ball back for yourself if you're able to make a stop here on this 3rd down play. Neither team has punted so far here in the first half. Either it's been a turnover on downs or a turnover or a score for every possession for either team tonight. So for the 3rd down, they'll line up in the shotgun, and they're going to send out wide Tucker. So Tucker goes wide to the right side. Looking to throw is Hatfield. Hatfield pumps fake. He goes deep across the middle. This one is almost intercepted. That one probably should have been picked off by Tegan Goff. But Goff could not get his hands on it at midfield. So now I would imagine in this situation, Council will punt. It is 4th and 13 from your own 25-yard line. So we might see our first punt tonight here with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. Hatfield comes off, gets the call now back into the huddle, showing no signs of what they'll do here, but I'm assuming they'll boot this one away. Well, it doesn't look like it. They might do one of those where they keep it and then throw it or punt it, and they're going to throw it here. This one is going to go across, and it is caught, and it's a first down by Council. Great route run by the receiver, and that was number 15, Jim Tucker. Tucker came out on a little wheel route, but he went right up the middle. Everybody was looking deep, and Tucker was a little bit behind all the other receivers. Found himself a nice little soft spot in the defense, and a bold move pays off for the Lumberjacks. That was 4th and 13 from their own 25-yard line, and they get the first down. That was about a 23-yard gain, as the ball is now across the 45-yard line down to the 47 with 1 minute and 1 second to go here. Now Council a little bit more life breathed into the Lumberjacks. Again, a very bold call there and a great throw. The first completion downfield in this game that we've seen, and Council gets the first down. An injured Wolverine that was, looks like Tristan
Brown is the injured player.
Tristan Brown, the injured Wolverine. He walks off on his own power. So the Wolverines will be down a defender for the next couple of plays here.
1 minute left in the game, in the first half.
First down, Lumberjacks. Clock running here, under a minute, 55 seconds to go. And they're going to keep this one on the ground with Hatfield. Hatfield's got a first down and more down to the 40-yard line of Garden Valley. So Hatfield, a little more of this read option in the backfield where they hand it off. Hatfield has the option to run it, keep it, or throw it. And he decides to keep it himself, runs it here to the near side, gets a first down, and they'll burn their first time out with the score being 16-8, Garden Valley on top. 45 seconds to go here. So enough time for Council to try and tie this one up. Again, the Lumberjacks will get the ball after the halftime break, so they'll have a chance to go down the field here to tie it and then potentially go and take the lead as we come out of the break. Dyson Construction is a huge supporter of the Council Lumberjacks. They're wishing the boys the best of luck in tonight's game. Give Mike a call at 550-0124 for all your construction needs. And Shy Simon's Pizza is a proud supporter of the Council Lumberjacks. Wants to wish the team the best of luck here in their state playoff run. Be sure to stop into Shy Simon's for their delectable pizzas and sandwiches. Finally, Council Mini Storage. They want to give a huge shout out to the Council Lumberjacks tonight. And from Council Mini Storage. Here we go, 45 seconds to go, 16-8 the score. After the timeout, 45 seconds to go till the halftime break. Hatfield in the shotgun, no one back there, and that's going to be a false start. The receiver on the far side, Jim Tucker, went a little bit too early. Tucker has played some pretty significant minutes here for a freshman in tonight's game. Tucker, just a freshman, 5'8" out there. He has run the ball well. He had that huge catch on fourth down to get the first down, as he kept the play alive and the drive alive for Council. And really just a huge play, because that would have given Garden Valley phenomenal field position with a minute to go. 44 seconds to go. Hatfield looking to throw. In the shotgun, looking deep, still got it, nothing there, and now he's going to go deep downfield. This is going to be incomplete. Bounced in and out of the hands of another Garden Valley defender. That was Maxon Yearsley that was there for it. It was intended for number 11, Declan McClin. Also back there was Tucker. So McClin and Tucker were in the area, but good defense by Garden Valley. Again, that was Maxon Yearsley who had a chance at it, and he knocks it down. So second down. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Ball is at the 45-yard line here on the near hash for Council. 16-8 the score. Garden Valley took the lead early on the second play from scrimmage. Council answered it back 3 plays later with a touchdown, And then the only other score has been a scoop and score by Garden Valley from 60 yards out. Shotgun here for Hatfield. He's got 2 receivers to the right side. He's going to keep it himself with Hatfield over on the right. Hatfield, he's got a first down and more. He's still on his feet. He's across the 25, down to about the 22-yard line. There is a flag, and that's why I was wondering. It looked like there might have been a hold here, and yeah, you can see Vining with his hands open like, what did I do? I saw it as he was running and wasn't sure if they were going to let it go or not close enough to see if there was a grip made on the jersey or not, but they're going to say it was. So a hold is going to negate the great run by Hatfield. So now second down and long, second and about 18 yards here. Now with 27 seconds, the clock is running here for Council. They've got to hurry up. Clock's running, and they're going to burn a timeout. I think the coaches are asking why it was running, but the clock would have been running after the play. Well, after they spotted the ball. After they spotted the ball, it would have run, so it was a live ball foul. So 21 seconds to go, 16-8 our score here. Council now second down and long with the ball almost back at midfield. Again, this is a huge change in what just happened. This game has had some dramatic changes in what's gone on right here. Hatfield just had a big 20-plus yard run down to the 23-yard line, but it got called back because of a hold as Council's trying to go down and try and tie this one up before the halftime break. Forget about Severance Sand and Gravel, as well as Allstate Heather Kelly and Mustang Towing. All are proud supporters of Garden Valley Athletics and are supporting the Wolverines here today on today's broadcast. So Hatfield will go in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers at the right side. 21 seconds to go here until the halftime break. Hatfield drifts back with the ball. Hatfield's going to load into this throw, and it hits the feet of his receiver. And just some frustration for Council as this one was thrown. This wouldn't even been back to the original line of scrimmage where it was thrown, but wide open down the right side was Decker McClin. And you can see the coaches from Council just pointing down that way saying, hey, you had a guy deep down there. I thought he was going to unload that pass deep downfield, but he threw it a little bit short. So now it'll be third and long, third and about 18 yards here. 16 seconds to go. 16-8 the score. Maybe 2 or 3 final plays here left in this half. Hatfield looking to throw after the snap. This time he'll unload it deep, going downfield. This one is caught through traffic. It's caught by Decker McClin. He's got a first down and more. He is across the 15-yard line. He is down to about the 11-yard line. It was in traffic. He was double-teamed, and they're going to have to hustle down the field. Council, I believe, has 1 more timeout left, and they will use it. So 8 seconds to go. The prayer is answered for Council, and they're knocking on the door. The first team to reach the red zone tonight with 8 seconds to go in the half. So a couple of shots at the end zone coming here for Council. They do not have a timeout left. So if they get brought down in bounds, it will end the half. So if they run it, they got to get in the end zone. But you might see, going through the air, you might have a couple of attempts at the end zone. Only 2 quick throws and try to punch it in as the teams huddle and discuss. Mountains West Dental is a general dentistry office serving the greater Council and Cambridge area, offering a wide variety of procedures including fillings, root canals, crowns, implants, dentures, extractions, and cleanings. At Mountain West Dental, they want to wish the Lumberjacks good luck in today's game. So if you're looking for that perfect mountain getaway, call Garden Valley Homes and Land in beautiful Garden Valley. Local agents that you can trust will be there to help you every step of the way. The road home starts at Garden Valley Homes and Land. Be sure to visit GardenValleyHomesAndLand.com to schedule an appointment. So here we go. First down. Really doesn't matter the down. They got 2 plays really to get it into the end zone. 8 seconds here. Hatfield takes the snap and whistles blow. And I think Garden Valley calls it. Garden Valley was waiting, Coach Yearsley, waiting for the snap right before the snap to see maybe what Council was going to do. Calls a timeout right before to see where those receivers are going to go, and then he'll coach to that. Little game of chess being played with that timeout right there. So we'll have another timeout here on the field. Did you know that most Idaho students don't drink alcohol or use drugs? That means approximately 9 out of 10 students and their friends choose to be substance-free. It's the healthiest and most popular choice. Parents, check out betheparents.org for pro tips on how you can have powerful conversations with your kids and teens about the importance of not drinking or using drugs. Talking to your child about your expectations when it comes to alcohol and drug use is one of the things most associated with your student making healthy life choices. This message was brought to you by the Southwest District Health and Partnership for Success program. So here we go. We'll do this again. 8 seconds on the clock until the halftime break. Council with the ball on the Garden Valley 12-yard line. A chance to maybe throw it to the end zone 2, maybe 3 times. Hatfield takes the snap, looking to throw it. He drifts back, goes across the middle. That one incomplete. It hits the ground with 4 seconds to go.
Incomplete pass from Hatfield.
And again, over in the right side, Decker McClin just saying, hey, guys, I was here. I was open. As he was open on the right side.
Second down for the Lumberjacks.
As I need to look, it's not something I paid attention to, but I believe Hatfield's left-handed, so he has his back towards the right side of the field where McClin has been the last couple of times he's been asking for the ball. So 4 seconds to go. This should be the final play of the half, barring a penalty. Garden Valley needs this. Will be a big chance for a stop here for the Wolverines. If they get a stop here, they'll take a lead into the halftime break. If Council can get one in, they'll have a chance to tie it up with the conversion. Hatfield in the shotgun. He's got one receiver way to the right side. Hatfield looking to throw. He's drifting back and trying to find somebody. This one is going to be caught right at the goal line, but he doesn't get in. It was caught right at the goal line, and Council just not able to get it into the end zone. As 3 different Wolverines, and now a flag comes out. We talked about this would be the final play of the half, barring a flag. I'm not sure what the flag was. We're going to see, but it was caught, and I think this might be on Decker McClin. He got the ball at the goal line, and I think he's a little frustrated. He was not he did not get the touchdown, so this could be an unsportsmanlike penalty on Council. The play was over. This play was a dead ball penalty. So the play counts no matter what. Waiting for the officials to, okay, so one official has come over to the Council bench, and McClin is still showing what happened. He's saying he caught it and stretched it over the line, and another official was over at Garden Valley, so maybe it was 2 players talking to each other. Both teams are on the field. There's zeros on the clock. We really haven't had an indication of what the penalty will be. I think it must be an unsportsmanlike because they were making notes on a piece of paper, and you know, if you get 2 of those, you'd be disqualified. But actually nothing coming from the officials here, so they let it go, whatever it was. And, man, a tough way to end the half of your Council. They caught the ball, right at the goal line, and just were not able to punch it in. McClin thought he got in. The officials saw it another way, and that'll end the half. 16-8, Garden Valley with the lead. We'll take a quick halftime break and be back with the halftime report here on IdahoSports.com.
Dear Road Rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year,
vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
And welcome back, everybody. Halftime here at Garden Valley. Or not at Garden Valley, at Council, but Council welcoming Garden Valley. I just got done getting the entire family tree of Garden Valley, which is great. I learned, like I said before, at the beginning of the broadcast, there's lots of Yearsleys, lots of Kellys, Lots of corns that always come through when you do a Garden Valley game. Been doing Garden Valley and Council games for like 6 years. I think I've done at least a couple of games for each school every year that I've been broadcasting. And on the opposite side for Council, there's seems to always be a Hatfield. Clay Hatfield, a broadcaster for us, actually grew up here in Council. He's part of the Hatfield crew. And there's always Tucker, obviously, as of late. But Vining, Wade Vining, and then Wyatt Vining before him was a player. So lots of the same names. But I learned that the Yearsleys and the Kellys are cousins, but more like brothers is what I was told. They all live very close to each other. That's what I would love to have, like where my kids, their cousins, they all grow up really close to each other. So that's awesome. Love hearing that stuff. That's the stuff, folks. You don't get that at the big school. Nobody wants to talk to us when you go do a 6A game. But you get all the fun stuff up here at the 8-man game. Let's take a look at the scoring report at halftime here in this one. The scoring got started off quickly, and then it died down. But to start off the game, a 50-yard touchdown run by number 24, Trevor Korn, for Garden Valley at the 11:18 mark. All it took was 42 seconds for Korn to find the end zone. It was 8-0 after the conversion. And then not even a minute later, I'm going to do some math here. 18 plus 24, that's 34, 40, 46. 46 seconds later, Council scores on a 43-yard touchdown run by Owen Hatfield, a quarterback keeper, made it 8-8. So the second play from scrimmage, Garden Valley scores. The third play from scrimmage, Council scores. So in the first 5 plays from scrimmage, we had 2 touchdowns offensively, and we had 0 after that. No offense was able to find the end zone. No offense punted. Every offense either turned the ball over on downs, or the half ended the drive, or there was a turnover. That last touchdown was a 60-yard scoop and score by Garden Valley's number 4, Tristan Lee. It was the second straight drive that Council had fumbled the ball on a bad quarterback-running back exchange in the backfield, and the ball just ended up sitting behind everybody, just waiting, just a gift given to Garden Valley. The first time they just dove and fell on it and ended the play and took possession, which then they turned the ball over a couple plays later. But on this one, Leslie was able to run up. He scooped it up, and he outran everybody to the end zone. As there was nobody back there. There was just the 2 Council players that were down on the ground trying to scoop up the fumble, and no one was there as Leslie walked into the end zone. And so that's how we got there. 8-16 the score, with Council trailing Garden Valley. Council was knocked out in the first round last year here at home to Dietrich in a game that I think a lot of people liked Council to maybe make a run at the state tournament, but they were upset in that first round by Council. Let's take a quick look by Dietrich. Let's take a quick look at the bracket here in the 1A. The 1 versus 8 game is already final. Cary played Wallace and won convincingly. 84, I think it was 86-8 was the score. Cary wins that one. Dietrich at last check was all over Cascade. That one was 45-6 in the first quarter. I'll see if I can get a score update on that one. And the other game in this bracket, Tri-Valley and Rockland. And that one, Tri-Valley was all over Rockland at last check as well. Let's see if we can check in on some scores here. 86-8, Cary wins that one. Tri-Valley defeats Rockland 42-6. And so Tri-Valley has moved on, and Dietrich has knocked off Cascade 72-12. So a lot of blowouts so far in the first couple of games here in the 1A tournament, but not here tonight. So the winner of this game will go to Cary next week. And now we have one semifinal matchup that is set. Tri-Valley will play Dietrich next week with a trip to the state championship game on the line. Dietrich is the number 2 seed. Dietrich is the only team in this bracket to play Cary so far this year, and Cary smoked them by over 40 points, put the mercy rule on Dietrich. So right now it's looking like it's Cary's bracket to lose, as the classification is now thankful that Kendrick is gone, but now that Kendrick's gone, now Carey is back down. So really it's a wash, right? Carey was so dominant for years and years, was in the state championship, I think, every year for the past 8 years, something like that. Just an unbelievable number of years. They move up to 2A, play a couple of seasons there, and the school numbers go back down to where they can be 1A. They get back, and they get right back on the horse where they were before and just completely dominating their league as they are making a lot of noise right now. Carey looking to play whoever is in this game. So if you're listening from Carey, thanks for tuning in. Just check this one out. These two really good defensive teams that Carey's going to see next week. Probably, I would venture to bet some of the best defense that they will see this year will come from one of these two teams in that game. Let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the state of Idaho tonight, as this is quarterfinal weekend. If we move up to the 2A level, Logos has defeated Grace 58-18 to move on to the second round in a game that we knew would be great. Valley and Hagerman. And man, at the 2A level, the entire top part of that league, everybody has beaten up on everybody else. So Butte County was the 1 seed. Butte County beat Logos. Logos beat Kendrick. And Kendrick, beats up on everybody, but Butte County beat Valley, but Hagerman beat Butte County. So that whole league beaten up on everybody. But right now in the third quarter, Valley and Hagerman in a close one, 30-28 the score. That one being played at Valley. And Kendrick and Kamei about to get underway up north at the Kibbe Dome. That should be a good one in a conference rematch up north. At the 3A level, Aberdeen all over North Fremont, 35-8 the final there. Still waiting on scores from some of the other games. At the 4A level, Homedale all over Buell, 28-0. That one in the third quarter, just getting underway over in eastern Idaho. Sugar Salem and Snake River will play. Kimberly and Fruitland are also battling it out right now. At the 5A level, how about this? Minico up 12-0 over Bishop Kelly in the second half. The Knights looking to defend their state championship, but the Spartans coming in on the road playing very well. Hillcrest now up 28-0 over Blackfoot. The other 5A game tonight is up north. Lakeland and Valley View up in Coeur d'Alene. And at the 6A level, Madison leads Eagle at halftime 13-7. Rigby all over Post Falls 42-7. And Rocky Mountain, not surprisingly, over Cuna 21-0 in the second quarter. Middleton and Coeur d'Alene just getting underway up north. So that's a quick rundown of scores from around the state here on quarterfinals Friday. It's been a fun game so far. We've got ourselves a doozy here, which is what we love to see. It could be a lot worse when the scores are lopsided. It's not what anybody wants in a state tournament, and that is not what we have here today. Let's take a second and talk about the Idaho Bowl. The Idaho Bowl is now accepting nominations for the 6th to 8th grade for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade athletes. If you've got a future all-star in the making, visit IdahoBowl.com to nominate them today. In partnership with IdahoSports.com, the Idaho Bowl selects the best players across the state to compete in the premier youth all-star game. Plus, they're raising funds for the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something special. Nominate now at IdahoBowl.com today. The Idaho Bowl was a great event last year. It is open for the entire state. Athletes from the entire state can come and play in the Idaho Bowl. We had a lot of 8-man players in that game this year. We had some kids from Hagerman. There was a kid, quarterback from Wallace played in that. And just a great chance for those middle school kids to get some fun experience. They stayed in the dorms at Boise State. They played on the blue field at Boise State for those games. We broadcasted them right here on IdahoSports.com. So we'll be back again this year covering the Idaho Bowl. Executive director of that is Leif Morrison. He's been around the state, was a coach at Glens Ferry for a couple years. He's from Glens Ferry, but he is the one heading that up. So the Idaho Bowl, be sure to check that out. If you've got a middle school athlete that you want to nominate, go to IdahoBowl.com for more information. We will be there. The Idaho Bowl, one of the most fun events in the entire state during the summer. Already looking forward to it. It was a great time last year. Tons of people came out to the field. Tons of people tuned in online to watch the broadcast. So be sure, again, if you've got an all-star player, get them into the Idaho Bowl by applying online. So here he goes, second half about to get underway. Third quarter about to get started, 16-8 our score. Again, Garden Valley will kick off to Council. Dyson Construction is a huge supporter of Council Athletics, wishing the boys good luck in tonight's game. Give Mike a call at 550-0124 for all of your construction needs. Also want to thank Council Mini Storage. They're a huge supporter of the Council Lumberjacks, and it does look like there was a penalty, and they assessed it on the opening kickoff. So Garden Valley will be kicking off from the Council 45-yard line. So I'd be shocked if you don't see Garden Valley try to do an onside kick here, as the worst case scenario is you give Council the ball at the 35, and they don't do that. So what do I know? The ball's still rolling. It's picked up at the 5-yard line by Council, and there's a huge gap up the middle for Council. A flag comes out, and he's going to go to the house. This is going to be a 95-yard kickoff return, but it's going to come back. It's going to come back, but it was like the Red Sea parted right there for Tucker. And it didn't need to happen either. That hole was there before the flag ever came out. It was there before anybody was there. Just a great job by the Council kick coverage team, as just a wide open gaping hole for Tucker to go through, and he went 95 yards for nothing, as there's a hold, and it's going to come back. So, man, that is rough if you're Council, because it was there before the hold. It was there. The Council did not need to hold that. There was a gap the size of Hell's Canyon right there for him to go through. So this is going to knock Council all the way back inside. The flag flew at the 20-yard line, so I believe it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks, probably around the 10-yard line. So this is the worst starting field position of the day for either team. What started off as a special team score has now been brought back, and now a 90-yard field in front of the Lumberjacks here, 1st and 10. 16 seconds did run off the clock here, so 11:44 to go in the third quarter for Council. So we'll see if the Lumberjacks can come back from that. That's a pretty excruciating way to start a half. 1st and 10. They'll hand this one off up the middle, some room to run, and the ball comes out, but it's fallen on by the Lumberjacks. It looks like number 46 falls on it. 45, Remington Crowell. So Crowell falls on it, but we've got an injured player for Council. I believe that's I can't tell. It looks like it might have been the ball carrier. Maybe that wasn't the ball carrier, because Jim Tucker was the ball carrier, and he's not down. Both teams take a knee here. We'll take a quick break while we sort this out. We'll be right back on IdahoSports.com. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like it's Decker McClin that was injured. He does hop off. He laid on his back for a few minutes without getting up, maybe got the wind knocked out of him. He's reaching to his left shoulder. That's kind of what he's favoring right now. He's got his right arm up around his left shoulder, and we've got the trainer just pulling him off, and the trainer immediately goes at that left shoulder. So we'll keep an eye on that. Decker McClin, one of the good wide receivers here for the Lumberjacks. It's 2nd down after all of that, and they're going to run to the right side and stretching forward for a 1st down right at the 20-yard line, and a fresh set of downs coming here for Council as they get out of the shadows of their goalposts here and get the ball at the 20. So 1st and 10 Lumberjacks from there. Once again, want to thank some of our local sponsors here tonight: Severance Sand and Gravel, Heather Kelly and Allstate Insurance, as well as Mustang Towing in Garden Valley, and as well as Garden Valley Homes and Land. 1st down. Hatfield will keep this one here to the near side. Hatfield spins away from one, and he is completely sandwiched by 3 different Wolverines, and he paid for that 4-yard gain. As we are just underway here in the second half, 10 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Council moving the ball from right to left. This was the direction they were going in the second quarter. that ended just in a heartbreaking way for Council as they had the ball down at the 12-yard line. The pass was thrown to the goal line on the final play of the half, and they caught it, just were not able to get it over the goal line. So 2nd down and 6 here for Council. Shotgun formation for Hatfield. He's got one back behind him, and he's going to keep it himself, keep it here to the near side. Hatfield trying to split two defenders, would have had some space, but could not get past Keegan Welsh. And Welsh brings down Hatfield, but not after another 1st down, as Hatfield continues to get it done on the ground. Again, on the season, Owen Hatfield ran the ball well. He ran for over 1,600 yards on the ground as the quarterback. 17 touchdowns on the season. He averages 11.5 yards per carry coming into the state tournament. So Owen Hatfield, not easy to bring down. He's going to keep the ball most of the time. The other back, Tucker, the freshman, ran for 443 yards, but the quarterback Hatfield ran for 1,200 more yards than the next leading back, as this one is blown dead at the snap. And a false start is going to be called on Council. So after the 1st down run, it'll come back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Lumberjacks. Ball will be at the 28-yard line of Garden Valley. 16-8 the score. 9 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Garden Valley scored on the 2nd play from scrimmage and then scored on a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Council scored on the 5th play from scrimmage on a long play, and that's it. No offensive scores since the first 2 minutes of the game. Here's a run right side and a lot of room to run for Vining. Vining's off to the races, and he's brought down from behind, but not after he crosses midfield. That's Wade Vining with a big run of over 25 yards. He's across midfield into Garden Valley territory down to the 46-yard line. This has been the tricky spot of the field for both teams. We've seen a lot of fumbles right here between the 40s for both squads. We'll see if Council can continue to move the ball down the field. 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Clock is running here on a cold night in Council. And it looks like McClin is working out that left shoulder. He wants to go back in if he can. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off this time to Tucker. Tucker stutter steps. Tucker cuts back up on the left side, and he gets, we'll give him 5 yards on that. Jim Tucker with a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 yards to go here for Council. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 16-8 the score. Again, you can check those scores. I went over the scoring report. You can check that out on the Friday Night Flash. It's right there on the homepage of IdahoSports.com. We've got updates from scores around the state. As soon as we know the score, we'll post it right there on the Friday Night Flash. 7 minutes and 40 seconds now to go. Hatfield takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself this time. Right side, he breaks through one tackle, trying to break through some more. He can't, but he's got a 1st down to the 30-yard line.
1st down, Owen Hatfield.
Owen Hatfield with a nice run again, and Hatfield continues to get it done on the ground for the Lumberjacks.
Ball's on the 30-yard line of the Wolverines.
Can't find my mouse here. We go back and check that Friday Night Flash. Let's see once again if any updates have changed. At the 2A level, no, it's still 30-28. Valley over Hagerman right now. Here's the 1st down play. It's going to be run up the middle and a couple of yards, and 2 flags come flying in. This might be a face mask right at the end of the play.
Wade Vining on the carry.
We'll wait for the call. Once again, all the scores from the 1A games are final so far here today. All 3 were just huge blowouts. Carey, it is a face mask. Carey beat Wallace 86-8. Tri-Valley beat Rockland 42-6, and Dietrich beat Cascade 72-12. So the semifinals will be set after this. The winner will play carry.
First down on the 13-yard line now.
So 6:48 to go, and a penalty on the defense for Garden Valley on that face mask. Puts the ball inside the 15-yard line down to the 13 here for Council. Trying to get this one tied up. They trail by 8 with 6:36 to go in the third quarter. Hatfield takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself right side. Hatfield up the middle. Hatfield, touchdown, Council. Hatfield goes in for a second score of the game, a 13-yard touchdown run, and we're a 2-point conversion away from being tied. So this is a critical conversion as they need to tie this one up. They don't want to have to rely on having to play keep up and score again, as that touchdown came in at the 6:26 mark of the third quarter. Here's the attempt, and they go up the middle and do not get it. Just stuffed right at the beginning and no conversion.
6:26 left in the third quarter. Council trails 16-14.
So the conversion is no good. The score sits at 16-14. As let's update that here. 16-14 the score. Garden Valley still leads it by 2. That was a long drive to start the half. Council again, and here we've got the lumberjack woodcutter over here with the chainsaw. Going to make a video and put that on our social media page. No, I've never seen this before, but Council, what they'll do is when they score a touchdown, they will cut. I've never seen it anywhere else. They cut off they have a log sitting behind the goal, behind the end zone, and they use a chainsaw and they cut off a round circle. I don't know, maybe about 1.5 feet in diameter, and then they used to raffle it off. Not sure. I'll have to get some confirmation about what they're going to do with that thing after. If they give it to somebody, or and I think at one point they would write, the date on it or something like that and hand it off. But kind of a cool tradition that they have. Again, you don't see that at the big schools. So here we go. Council will be set to kick it off from right to left, and they do go on sides. And this one, a flag flies. They were off sides. Garden Valley wishes that they just let that go because it went right into the hands of number 22, Payson Kelly. Kelly said, hey, I was right there for it. I had it. So this will come back 5 yards. They'll re-kick it. And 6:26 on the clock here. 16-14. So Garden Valley, those 2 conversions now proving to be the difference in this one as they lead it by 2. It's one thing in the 8-man game, 1A and 2A football. If you can't convert your conversions and somebody else can, you can quickly get behind by a full touchdown. If they get 3 and you don't, and they're going to go back to the onside kick, and it goes right back to Kelly, and Kelly's going to return this one. He's up to the 40-yard line. And that onside kick was just a little too far downfield and not enough angle on it. It just went right to Kelly. It's like he had a map of exactly where it was going to go, and he gets it with 6:16 to go here in the quarter. Rigby up 45-7 at halftime over Post Falls at the 6A level. Coeur d'Alene up on Middleton 14-0, and Lakeland over Valley View 14-0. Handoff goes inside on the first play here for Kelly, and he's got a couple. We'll give him 3 yards down to the 30. Yeah, down to the 37-yard line. As Garden Valley with their first possession of the second half. Council took a lot of time, almost 6 minutes off the clock. They had to bounce back. That was a wild possession for Council as they returned the kickoff for a touchdown, a 90-yard kickoff return. But there was a hold on the play that it didn't think needed to be there anyways. There was a nice lane for Tucker to run through. He did so, but it came back, but the Lumberjacks were able to fight through and go all the way back down the field and punch it in for a touchdown. So 2nd down and 7 here for Garden Valley. Wolverines moving from left to right. They'll bring Yearsley in motion from the far side. They're going to hand this one off underneath, this time to Trustin Brown. And Brown's going to lose yards in the backfield, and it is Decker McClin. Welcome back to the game.
With the tackle in the backfield, 3rd down and
McClin shows no signs of wear and tear after the shoulder injury. He gets right back in there. Runs some dirt on it and gets back into the game and brings the man down for a loss. So Trustin Brown loses a couple yards. 4:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 16-14, Garden Valley on top. As now in the 3rd and long for Garden Valley. So if you're Council, you can get some pressure right here. You could potentially get the ball back with a chance to take the lead here as we near the end of the 3rd quarter on a cold night here in Council. At least it's not raining. Last week it was raining all over the place at games. Just a torrential downpour in some games all around the state. As Garden Valley looking to throw this one. This one's floated up, and it's going to be picked off. It's intercepted, and this is going to be a house call. It's going to be Wade Vining. He's going to go all the way. Wade Vining, a 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. That throw never had a chance. It was very short, barely made it past the line of scrimmage. And Vining and the receiver were just pushing each other back and forth, and it was caught, intercepted by Vining. He goes down the near sideline for a touchdown. So both teams now with a 60-yard defensive score, and Council uses this one to take a 20-16 lead. So 2 touchdowns very quickly here for Council. That one comes at the 4:11 mark. A 60-yard pick 6 for number 10, Wade Vining.
Maddox Miller is the injured player for the Wolves.
So the quarterback, Maddox Miller, was hurt on the play as he tried to throw it. And that one, again, he must have been hit when he threw the ball because they were setting up a screen pass, but it just floated in the air, never had a chance. And Vining and the receiver were just pushing each other back and forth. That's a good no call. They were shoving each other, but hey, you're shoving me, I'm shoving you. They just let it go, and that one, Vining able to get his hands on it, and he goes all the way to the end zone. So now both teams even for defensive scores. Here comes the conversion. Hatfield is going to hand it off, and they're not going to get it.
Two-point conversion, no
So if you're Garden Valley, you got to like that at least.
leading 20-16 over the
Where now, even if you score, you will take the lead no matter what. And here comes another chainsaw cut. Man, I'm a little too slow here to get another video of it. Again, like I said, we'll put this up. Sounds like a horror movie when he revs it like that when it's done. And it's I don't know, what would you call it? The nighttime or, yeah, the Council Lumberjack Massacre or something like that. Okay, so that's Ryan Hatfield that's out there sawing logs back there in the end zone. I'll have to see if we can get a video of the round that they cut off once it's all done here. But let's thank some of our local sponsors once again. Shy Simon's Pizza is a proud supporter of the Council Lumberjacks, and they want to wish the football team the best of luck here at the state tournament, as well as Mountain West Dental is a general dentistry office serving the greater Council and Cambridge areas, offering a wide variety of procedures, including fillings, root canals, crowns, implants, dentures, extractions, and cleanings. That's Mountain West Dental in Council. Dyson Construction, they're a proud supporter of Council Athletics, as well as the Council Mini Storage. Also for Garden Valley, we've got Garden Valley Homes and Land, as well as Heather Kelly and Allstate Insurance, Mustang Towing, and Severance Sand and Gravel. This kickoff is going to be fielded at the 25-yard line in a reverse given and nowhere to run. Council is playing with a little bit of energy right now. A lateral was done on the return, and Cody Perrin tried to come the opposite way with it on a little trickery, but Perrin nowhere to go. They get the ball up to the 28-yard line, and this will be the worst starting field position of the day for the Wolverines, who have had the turnover bug bite them the last couple of drives, and now trail it 20-16, 12 points to start a 12-0 run here for the Lumberjacks in the third quarter. They only had 8 points at halftime, but 2 touchdowns quickly have gotten them the lead. And a new quarterback into the game will hand it off for just a 2-yard run. In at quarterback is Tyler Rowland, the junior for Garden Valley now. He'll take over for the Indrick Maddox Miller. Again, we mentioned Garden Valley, a couple of guys that can throw the ball on this team. And Rowland, one of them. Rowland was 18 of 41 coming into the game, 330 yards passing on the season. They'll send Yearsley here to the near sideline. This time shotgun for the first time today for Garden Valley. Everything had been under center. They go shotgun. Fake handoff and now an inside shovel pass. This is a good gain for Korn. Korn's going to get about 6 yards down across the 35, down to the 37. It's going to bring up third down and a long 2. Say third down and a long 2 or 3 here for Garden Valley. Again, the Wolverines moving from left to right. Ball here on the near hash. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go. 20-16 Council with the lead. Their first lead of the game here, as they have trailed or tied the entire game, have not had a lead here until the midway point of the third quarter. Both these teams looking for a trip to Cary next week. Either Cary or Holt Arena. A lot of these games in the semifinals in East Idaho end up there. We'll see what happens next week, as this one's just going to be kept up the middle, and a first down is going to be picked up by Kelly, as Payson Kelly took the snap and just bowls forward. Like Tri-Valley today, they are playing in Holt. They played and won their game at Holt Arena. They will play Dietrich next week for a chance to go to the state championship. So District 3 here will have the Long Pin Conference will send 2 teams to the state semifinals, and 2 teams from the Sawtooth District 4 will also have 2. So the Final 4 will be 2 different conferences. They come in tight here on first down. The snap is right to Korn, and Korn just trying to roll to the left, and he actually loses a yard. Can't get anything going in there, and that looks like number 10, Wade Vining, is in on the stop. So Vining continues to get tackled for loss today. That's at least his 3rd today, to go along with a pick 6. Just a great night on the defensive side of the ball for Wade Vining. I keep wanting to say Wyatt, but as I'm used to saying that name too, there's lots of Vinings for Council, seems to always be one, and then, like we said, lots of Yearsleys and Kellys and other names on Corns for Garden Valley. So now it's second down and long, 2nd and 11. They'll pitch it here to the right side, and nothing doing there. Another stop right there. They're going to lose a yard on this, and guess who? Wade Vining again for another stop for a loss, his 2nd in a row. So 2 stops in a row in the backfield for Wade Vining, and now it's 3rd down and 12. 52 seconds to go here in the third quarter, as everybody on the sideline in the big jackets trying to stay warm down here for Council. Back to pass, under pressure, trying to roll left is Rowland. Rowland, he's going to keep it himself. Rowland trying to find something. It's not there. He's going to be stopped, and guess who? I'll let you make the call at home. That's right, it's Wade Vining again on the stop for a loss. About a half-yard loss back to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 4th and long for Garden Valley, as there was nothing there for Rowland. He tried to find somewhere to throw it, but Garden Valley has not completed a pass downfield today in a regular play. They converted a 2-point conversion through the air, but still has not gone downfield. They've completed some screen passes, but nothing downfield. And we are down to the final second, and that will do it, as we have reached the end of the third quarter. 20-16 our score. Council leads it. We'll take a quick break and be back with the fourth and final quarter of play here on IdahoSports.com. And welcome back, everybody. Let's get going here for the fourth quarter. And once again, think of all of our local sponsors today: Severance Sand and Gravel, Heather Kelly and Allstate Insurance, Mustang Towing, Garden Valley Homes and Land, as well as Dyson Construction, Council Mini Storage, Shy Simon's Pizza, and Mountain West Dental. So it's fourth and long here, fourth and about 12. The ball is on the 40-yard line of Garden Valley. We flip into the field, and Garden Valley is showing a punt here. This would be the first punt today. It took us 3 full quarters to get to our first punt, and it's going to be Trevor Korn that's back to boot it away for Garden Valley. There are 2 backs near Korn, and Council is in a little bit of a safe formation. I think they're a little wary of a fake here coming from Garden Valley, but it won't be. It's a low line drive punt. It's scooped up, and there's a lot of room to run for Council. This one's scooped up by McClin. McClin leaps over a defender and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That punt was just a low line drive kick. There is a flag down before midfield, so this one might be coming back as 2 good returns in a row result in a flag for Council. So if this is a hold, it'll come back, and it'll probably be a 10-yard penalty from, they move it to midfield. So it might be 1st and 10 Council at the 40-yard. So it is a hold. So it'll come back to the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Council from that spot. They've got 60 yards to go. A touchdown here will really cement things for Council if they're able to go up 2 scores. Garden Valley has not gone on a long, sustained touchdown drive. They scored on their second play of the game, an untouched run for Trevor Korn up the middle, but that was it. That's their only offensive score. That's their longest play of the game. All of their drives, nothing has been long and sustained. The other touchdown they scored was a defensive score. So right now the defense from Council is really playing well, and you go up 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. You stare at what could potentially be a semifinal trip and a chance to go to the state championship if you win next week against Cary. So here we go, ball at the 40-yard line, 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in this quarterfinal matchup. Council with the ball and the lead, moving from left to right. Hatfield in the shotgun, he takes the snap, and he will keep the ball and run here to the near side. Lots of room to run for Hatfield. He's off. He's into the second level. Hatfield is going to be wrapped up from behind at the 25-yard line. He's wrapped up by Maxon Yearsley, but Hatfield has been doing it on the ground. Both offensive touchdowns today for Council have been from the feet of number 7 Hatfield. He had a 13-yard touchdown run, and he had a 60-yard touchdown, 43-yard touchdown run, excuse me. And that time a long run, and Hatfield will hand it off this time. They try to go right up the gut, and what looked to be a 0-yard gain ends up maybe picking up 2 yards for Vining. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as they move down to the 24-yard line. As again, I feel like it's gotten a lot colder in the last 30 minutes here. There's no way it's only 37 degrees. I was going to say, my phone is saying 37. That can't be. Like, my toes are cold. Yeah, it's we're getting the live weather reports here in the box by our resident meteorologists telling us 35 and colder than that based on the amount of shivers that have occurred. So 2nd down and 8. Hatfield's going to keep this one. Hatfield, the ball comes out. It's fallen on by Garden Valley. This one's recovered by Tegan Goff, and just like that, Council going down the field, looking to put a nail in the coffin, and Garden Valley comes away with another takeaway. Right now, neither team wants to win this game, just giving it back to the other. No, you have a chance at it. And now Garden Valley, though, will again, we have not seen that long, sustained drive today from the Wolverines. They're going to get this one at the 18-yard line. So Council got into the red zone and loses the ball here. Again, 10 minutes and 28 seconds to go here from Council. I mean, even I can see my breath just as I'm standing up here in the box. So 37, I don't think so. Garden Valley switching up personnel as coming in late. And still not in the game is, yeah, the clock is counting down here. They got to snap the ball, and they just get it off. You could tell the back judge was about to throw his flag. This one's going to be kept on the ground by Roland. Roland was doing the option to the far side, wanted to pitch it, decides to keep it himself, and maybe picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up here for Garden Valley as they just cannot stretch the field right now, which is the problem. The touchdown run came right up the middle. We mentioned that a couple of times. They just have not been able to stretch it downfield, and Council's really stuffing the middle, not letting Garden Valley go up the middle, and then when they stretch it out, they're not letting them get the edge on that. A lot of pressure right now from the Lumberjacks. 2nd and 9. This time they're going to look to throw. Got some time. They'll go left side, and this one is caught downfield. It's caught by Garden Valley and off to the races. This is Yearsley. Yearsley's going to take this one all the way. This is an 80-yard touchdown pass from Roland to Yearsley, and just like that, you thought Council was going in for the win, and now the lead has gone back over to Garden Valley. What a change of events here in this one, as the lead now back to Garden Valley. That was Roland to Yearsley for 80 yards. That coming at the 9:35 mark. And Garden Valley again going for the conversion. They don't get it this time, so it'll stay 22-20.
And that has failed with 9:35 left in the fourth quarter. Garden Valley 22, Lumberjacks 20.
So again, Garden Valley, hey, who needs a long sustained drive? We'll just go long. So a 50-yard touchdown run, an 80-yard touchdown catch, and a 60-yard touchdown fumble recovery, scoop and score for Garden Valley. They've done all of their touchdowns of at least 50-plus yards here tonight, and none of them have come off of a long sustained drive. That one, the second, just like their first touchdown today, the second play of the drive after a short run on first down. This time on second down, they go with a pass, and the first completed pass downfield goes for 80 yards and a touchdown. Getting free was Yearsley. He came from the far sideline, coming across the field, caught it streaking around the 35-yard line, and did the rest with his feet for an 80-yard touchdown catch. Yearsley coming into the game. That was the 6th touchdown pass for Roland, but receiving for Yearsley, 647 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's definitely the leading receiver for this Garden Valley team, and he adds to it right there with 80 yards, 22-20 Garden Valley with the lead right here. So they'll boot this one away. This will be a deep kick going way back to receive is Tucker. He catches it over his shoulder at the 10-yard line. Tucker looking for a lane to go. Tucker's got some room. Tucker is across the 25, and he's wrapped up there. And no big return from Tucker this time. Little extra shoving from Garden Valley and Council, but some high fives afterwards. 9:27 to go here in this one. 22-20 our score. This is one of the better games you're going to see on IdahoSports.com tonight. As we mentioned, a lot of blowouts around the state, but not right here. This is a fun one to be at and watch, and hopefully you're having a great time listening to this one. If you're driving around, I know I listened to a couple of games as I was driving up here to Council today. On my drive, I was able to listen to Carey and Wallace. Also listened to a little bit of the Logos and Grace game on the way up. Shotgun formation this time for Council. They're going to keep this one again. They're going to keep it near side and lots of room for Hatfield. And Hatfield's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 8 yards down to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 2 here for Council. Clock running. They say he was stopped in bounds and then went out. So 9:10 to go here in the fourth quarter, 22-20. Garden Valley on top. Hopefully, if you're watching, you can feel your toes, which is not a luxury that anybody here in Council has tonight. You know, days like this are what you hope for at the beginning of the year when it's August and you're doing a game and it's 105 degrees and everybody's sweating. And then it actually gets here and you're like, hey, maybe that wasn't so bad having that 80 or that 100-degree day out on the field. So here we go. Here's the second down play. Hatfield's going to keep this one up the middle. He's got a first down. He's up across the 40, down to the 42-yard line, right up the middle. So a fresh set of downs here for Council. 8 minutes and 32 seconds to go now in this one. As Council, what they would love to do, we saw it at the beginning of the half. They went on a long 6-minute drive. Council wants to go and eat up as much of this clock as they can. There's 8 minutes. They want to see if they can take up 6, 7, or even all 8 of these minutes and score with not much time left on the clock and not give Garden Valley an opportunity. They're going to work this down. The back judge has his hand up, waiting for that 10-second call. And there it is, 10 seconds left on the play clock. They'll snap it, and this time Hatfield will keep it left side. He makes one man miss, can't get away from the second and third defender. He's brought down, still picks up about 5 yards. So it'll be second down and 5 as they cross the 45 down to the 47-yard line. Second down and 5 here for Council. Clock still rolling, 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go. They are going to eat up every second that they can of every single play and just try to get it down there. They've got plenty of time to take their time. They're in a great spot. I think if you're Council, you like the position that you're in right now with 7.5 minutes to go. Again, the shotgun formation is coming here. Hatfield is in the backfield, and he has McClin behind him. They'll do the read option this time. They'll keep it to McClin. McClin trying to find something, and he gets maybe 2 yards down to the 46. So it'll be third down and 3 yards. Ball's at the 49-yard line of Council. They need to get to the 48-yard line of Garden Valley. So just shy of midfield, they just needed to get across midfield as the clock continues to wind down, 6:42 to go and counting here from Council. We'll go back to the scoreboard here, see if we can see any updates. In the fourth quarter, Valley leads Hagerman 52-48. Kendrick on top of Kamei 6-0 early in that one. The 4-5 matchups proving to be great games in both the 1A and 2A level, and a hit. And a first down is picked up, but a complete head over heels run. Hatfield was running. He was hit at the ankles and went up in the air and did a complete 360 in the air.
45-yard line of the Wolverines.
He won't get, there's not more fun rides at the fair than what Hatfield just went on there. He completely flipped over in the air, gets the first down, and continues to eat away that clock. 5:55 to go. The ball's going to be at the 45-yard line here on the near hash for Council. Again, Lumberjacks moving from left to right. Again, same formation, shotgun this time. And they're going to look to throw. They got a man wide open. It's McClin, and McClin catches it at the 20. McClin down inside the 10, and he's brought down there at the 10-yard line. They finally find McClin. He has been open a couple of times on the right side of the field in earlier parts of the game, just begging for the ball and not getting it. This time, Hatfield has plenty of time in the pocket. A beautiful job by the offensive line to block. And now the ball is down at the 10-yard line. It'll be first. It's actually at like the 10.5-yard line, so it's first and 10. They can get a first down inside the 1. And I mean inside the 1-yard line. The ball is just shy of the 10-yard line, so first and 10 coming here for Council. This time, Vining is to the right of Hatfield. Hatfield's going to hand it off to McClin. McClin gets down to about the 6, and he stopped there. So it'll be second down and 5.
Second and 6.
This was the same area of the field that Council fumbled last time. Now with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. I'm trying to stay out of view of the recorders here in the box with me, but also see what's going on. It's a fun game to play. As our view is just slightly construed by the design of the box. So the clock's still running here. Council does not want to score too quickly and give the ball back to Garden Valley with a lot of time. Again, McClellan behind the play, and this time will be kept on the ground and stopped. It was kept on the ground out here onto the near side by Hatfield. He picked up about 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short. Again, they can get a first down inside the 1 yard line. So 3rd down and about 4 yards. The ball is on the 5 yard line. Again, if they can get it to around the 1, they can get a first down. Clock is rolling here. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. A trip to the state semifinals is on the line. It's fitting that, again, I mentioned both of the 4-5 matchups tonight are phenomenal games. Both of them are between conference opponents, too. So a lot of familiarity between those two teams. Here's the handoff. This time it is going right up the middle and not able to get a first down. That was run by the big man, Wade Vining. It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be fourth and 1. So here's the ball game. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the ball game. If they don't get it here, if you can get a stop in the backfield and force a safety, you could potentially tie this up. So this is not all hope is to go. They might just take as much time off the clock and maybe call a timeout. We'll see what they decide to do. Hatfield comes in, gives the play to the huddle. Hatfield in the shotgun. He has Vining behind him. Hatfield takes the snap, and he's going to keep it. He goes right side. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. He's not going to get it. He's wrapped up in the backfield. Garden Valley with the stop, and they stop them on downs. The ball goes back over to Garden Valley with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. What a stop by the Garden Valley defense. They come up with 2 stops inside the 20 here in the 4th quarter. That if they're able to win this game, you look at both of those stops and say those were the moments that really pushed Garden Valley over the edge to victory here as they forced a fumble inside the 20-yard line and now forced a turnover on downs. But it's not over yet. If some pressure can come from Council, they could potentially get a safety here as the ball is going to be on the 5-yard line here of Garden Valley. And Garden Valley has only gone backwards the last couple of times they've tried to run the ball. So we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock here from Garden Valley. They're going to keep this one right up the middle with Korn, and Korn, he does stretch to the right and gets maybe half a yard, and Council's going to burn one of their timeouts. They've got all 3 in their back pockets right now. A first down would really put this one in a good spot if you're Garden Valley. But if you cannot get a first down, you're more than likely going to give the ball back to Council here. 2 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock, 22-20 our score. If you've got friends that aren't tuning in, tell them right now, get here for the final 2 minutes of this Garden Valley Council game because it's coming down to the wire. Council trying to come up with a stop as they turn the ball over for the 2nd consecutive time inside the red zone. The last one led to a score for Garden Valley, an 80-yard touchdown pass. This one right here, what they want to do is get a stop as quickly as possible and potentially get the ball back. If you're Garden Valley, I can't imagine that anybody touches the ball besides Trevor Korn. Korn is probably going to just grip that ball as tight as you can and try to punch it forward. But if you're Garden Valley, you really need a first down. We saw the last punt from Garden Valley it wasn't pretty. It was a bullet kick, and it only went about 15 yards downfield. And so if you're forced to punt, you could potentially giving Council good field position, maybe even inside the 30-yard line if it goes as it did last time. So here we go. Timeout is over. 2:13 to go. Garden Valley under center on this one. Yearsley comes in motion, and they're going to keep the quarterback on this one. Lots of room to run here on the near side. Staying in bounds, a great job by Roland, and Roland gets hit after the play. Another flag comes out. I think they're going to say a late hit. I think they're going to say Roland was going down, I think is what the official, I'm not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, but Roland was giving himself up, and whether it was too soon or not, I think that's what the official saw, was that Roland was giving himself up, and, they're going to say targeting, so it hit him in the head. there. So this is going to be an extra 15 yards, but Roland, what a fake that time as Yearsley came on the jet sweep. They faked the handoff, and then they faked it to Korn, and keeping it was Roland here to the near side, and he had lots of green grass, and he picks up a first down. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. So just 2 timeouts in the pocket for Council. So this clock should start, I believe, on the whistle. It will here because the clock was not stopped when the penalty occurred. So 2 minutes and running. Council can stop the clock 2 more times. Garden Valley will try to eat up as much time as they can. If Garden Valley is able to win this one, this will be back-to-back years where Council is not able to make it out of their first game of the state tournament. Last year was Dietrich that came in with a big win. And right now, Garden Valley looking to sneak away with a win. These two teams played earlier in the year. Council won that matchup, but right now it's been Garden Valley that's been able to take advantage of mistakes more often. Both teams with 3 touchdowns, but only one team's been able to convert all their conversions. Here's a handoff to Korn up the middle. Korn is going to pick up a couple.
Timeout, Lumberjacks, their second timeout.
So 2 conversions have been made. Two conversions made by Garden Valley, only 1 conversion made by Council, and that's the difference in the game right now. You see that a lot in the 1A and 2A levels where a game can be even, really statistically even, but one team just cannot get those conversions enough than the other one, and that's the difference in the game, and it is right here. Garden Valley was able to convert 2 of them. Council only able to convert 1, and both of them for Garden Valley came through the air. One of them was a traditional throw by the quarterback Miller, but the second one, Korn was running it to the right side, and he just kind of threw it up in the air in the backfield. Everybody converged on him, and he threw it up, and they were able to complete the pass for a successful conversion there in the second quarter. Right now, 1 minute and 20 seconds to go after the timeout from Council is over. It's 2nd down and 5. A first down here will all but end the game here in a Garden Valley victory. So again at quarterback is Roland. Roland in the pistol. Now I think he'll step up under center. He will. He's got Korn in the backfield. Korn is going to get the handoff, and he's stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard. And so Council will probably burn their last time out. No, Council's saying the ball came out, but I believe the play was over. So that's the final timeout for Council. They burned all 3, 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. It is 3rd down, so Garden Valley will run one more play, and then if they're not able to convert a first down, they'll run the clock down. They'll probably be, I don't know, about 35 to 40 seconds by the time they have to snap the ball on 4th down. If they convert a first down, the game is over. If they are not able to, Council, it'll be up to Garden Valley. Do you go for it to try to end the game? Do you punt it? A lot of stuff yet to be determined here. 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. 22-20, Garden Valley leads it here in at Council on a cold night. As the timeout is concluded. So here we go. Here is the play. Council fans making some noise here. This is the season's on the line with this 3rd down play. Garden Valley will bring a man in motion from the far side. The ball is out. The ball's down, and not enough time to recover. They get the ball back, but a sack is going to knock the ball back about 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and 9, so Council is more than likely they're going to get the ball back here with some time unless Garden Valley goes for it here. 57 seconds and counting. I think Garden Valley will probably take this down as low as they can and call a timeout. So the ball was fumbled on the snap. Garden Valley was able to pick it up, but they were stopped in the backfield for a loss. If you were, besides getting the fumble, that's about the best thing you could hope for if you were Council, to get a stop and push them back into a position where more than likely they have to punt. And there's the timeout, 31 seconds on the clock. So decision time here for Garden Valley. Do you punt it or do you go for it in this situation? I don't know, based on the last punt from Garden Valley that only went about 15 yards downfield, I don't know how much you gain out of giving up 15 yards in this position. I might try to go for it. I might try to go for it in the game right here. See what you can do. You're not constricted to running the ball here. You can throw it. The goal is not to burn time. The goal is to get a first down here. All the plays before this, the goal is to get a first down. You're just trying to keep the ball on the ground and burn clock. But right now, a decision to be made on 4th and 8. The ball is spotted at the 35-yard line for Garden Valley. The Wolverines moving from right to left. Again, let's thank all of our great local sponsors on this broadcast here today: Severance Sand and Gravel, Heather Kelly and Allstate Insurance, Mustang Towing in Garden Valley, as well as Garden Valley Homes and Land, Dyson Construction, Council Mini Storage, Shy Simon's Pizza, and Mountains West Dental here in Council. So here we go. Garden Valley going to come out to punt. So this is going to be Trustin Brown lining up to punt. Council playing it safe again. Brown is going to wind up. He will get this one. This one a much better punt. This one is going to land at the 30-yard line and only a 5-yard return that time for Tucker. Tucker's wrapped up by Yearsley at the 35-yard line. That I will agree with the decision there since the punt was great. I think that was a great choice. Now Council has to go 65 yards in 23 seconds to earn a trip to the state semifinals. Garden Valley defense going to be putting on some pressure here, probably a little bit of safe coverage. Council, again, has no timeouts in their pocket. So if they get tackled inbounds and not in a first down position, they're going to have to hustle up to that line to get the play started. 23 seconds here. So here we go. Shotgun this time for Hatfield. We've got 3 receivers stacked in a line here on the near side. They're all going to go deep. Hatfield looking to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He chucks it downfield. He's got a man open and overthrows him. It was a one-on-one situation downfield for the Lumberjacks. It was intended for number 4, Tucker Lane, and Lane was there. The throw just a little bit out of reach. Somehow there were 2 Lumberjacks and only 1 Garden Valley defender in the area. Again, the formation that Council's come out with, they have 3 linemen right on the ball, the center and 2 guards right beside him, and then they're putting 3 receivers here on the near sideline, all stacked in a line, 1, 2, 3, like a train here on the near sideline. They all went deep down here in the near sideline. 16 seconds to go. It's 2nd down here for Council. The season on the line, a trip to play Cary in the semifinals at stake. Same formation. They'll put 4 on the line this time, though, and then in the backfield, Hatfield looking to throw. 3 receivers going deep. Hatfield's got plenty of time. This throw's a little bit wide out of bounds. He loses the grip on it. It goes incomplete out of bounds. 10 seconds to go now, and it's 3rd down. No timeout, so you have to throw to the sideline if you're Council. If you get tackled in bounds and the play takes a long time, you run the risk of not being able to get the next play off. 10 seconds to go. Ball here on the near hash for Council. As Hatfield and Tucker getting the call on the sideline, as well as McClin. Now the 3 of them will come out. Taking a lot of time here. Clock is stopped, though. 10 seconds to go. Maybe 2 more plays for this Council team. Garden Valley fans across the way making some noise. Here's the snap. Hatfield looking to throw. He's got plenty of time. Hatfield's got all day. Hatfield still back there in the pocket all day. Garden Valley line really not putting any pressure. Here's the throw, and it's incomplete, and the clock has run out. Hatfield took way too long in the backfield to throw it. It falls incomplete, and Garden Valley has won and moved on to the state semifinals. What a win for the Wolverines as they move on to play another week. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the IdahoSports.com player of the game right after this.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
Hello? This
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.
And welcome back, everybody. Final score, Garden Valley 22-20. And a really good game here on IdahoSports.com for the quarterfinals. These two teams very familiar with each other, of course, conference opponents, so they've already played once this year. These guys play all the other sports at the school, too, so they're used to battling with these same, we'll call them friendly foes all season long or all year long in multiple sports all during the season. But today, Garden Valley comes away with a win. They lost the regular season matchup. They win the playoff matchup. And today's player of the game, had a hard time picking a player. I think if Council had won, I would have given it to Owen Hatfield because he'd been able to do it on the ground so well, keep it in. But I'm going to go with the Garden Valley defense. They came up with 2 stops inside the red zone as the game winded down. They came away with a stop. It was 1st and 10. Council had 4 cracks at the end zone from the 10-yard line to get it in, and they just could not get it across the goal line. They were stopped there. They also had a goal line stop at the end of the first half. We forget about that. But at the end of the first half, Council caught the ball right at the goal line and were not able to punch it in. So 2 stops at the end of either half for Garden Valley on the goal line for that defense, and they're able to secure the victory. And the defense also returned a fumble back for a touchdown. So really the defense did it all, I think, for Garden Valley here today. They helped the offense get going. The offense really never got going. Only 2 plays. They scored on 2 offensive plays where the drive was only 2 plays long. They had a 60-yard or a 80-yard touchdown reception and a 50-yard touchdown run, and that was it. Really, that was all the offensive production we saw from Garden Valley. But the defense really stood strong, held in there. They only gave up 2 touchdowns to Council, as Council also returned a turnover for a touchdown. But congrats again to our player of the game. We're going to go with the Garden Valley defense for helping the Wolverines secure the victory. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School football postseason, brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal Idaho's College Savings Program, Valley-Wide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This broadcast was also brought to you by our great local sponsors here tonight: Severance Sand and Gravel, Allstate and Heather Kelly Insurance, Mustang Towing in Garden Valley Homes and Land, Dyson Construction, Council Mini Storage, Shy Simon's Pizza, and Mountain West Dental. Special thanks to everybody here at Council, including Athletic Director Paula Tucker, and helping us get set up here in the box. It's always fun to come out here to Council and do a game. Thanks again for joining us as Garden Valley knocks off Council 22-20 as they move on to the next round to play Cary next weekend. For everybody, I don't have a broadcast partner today, but for everybody behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com that makes this happen, my name's Logan Green. Be sure to tune back into IdahoSports.com If your season is over, tune back in as we'll have basketball coverage coming up very soon, schedules and all that fun stuff going up on the site soon. If you're a Garden Valley fan or your team is still playing, check back for the brackets. We will have those locations and game times as soon as we know them. They will be up on IdahoSports.com, so be sure to check back frequently to the website for all that information. And we'll see everybody next week in the semifinals.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.